Two patients, same diet, same genetics, same age, but one looked 15 years younger. The difference? The 12 minutes between waking up and leaving the house. What I'm about to show you will change how you think about morning routines forever. Hi, I'm Dr. Monisha Bhanote, your longevity lifestyle physician, and welcome back to my channel. I've spent the last decade or two studying why some people age like fine wine while others seem to hit a wall at 40. And here's what shocked me most. It's not about the expensive creams, it's not about the perfect genetics, it's about a window of time that most people completely waste. Picture this, it's 6 a.m., your gut bacteria have been fasting for 10 to 12 hours. They're like a garden waiting for the first nutrients of the day. But here's the thing, it's not just what you feed them that matters, it's when, it's how, and it's the sequence. Your microbiome has a clock, and in the first hour after waking, you're either setting it for longevity or aging. Let me tell you about Sarah, 45 years old, came to my clinic looking exhausted, inflamed, aging rapidly. We didn't change her diet. We didn't add expensive supplements. We simply rearranged her first 30 minutes. 6 months later, people asked what she had done for work. And you know what kind of work I'm talking about. As ancient wisdom teaches us, the way you begin your day determines the quality of your life. Your morning routine isn't just about productivity, it's about programming your cells for vitality. Today, we're going to decode the morning routines of three women who have seemed to crack the aging code. Jennifer Lopez at 56, Reese Witherspoon at 49, and Charlize Theron at 50. Let's first start with Jennifer. I would consider her the mindful morning strategist. She starts her day after her shower by pulling an affirmation card from a box she keeps right outside her bathroom. As she shared on Instagram, having a positive outlook is extremely important as she prepares for a long day ahead. Then, of course, why wouldn't she? She applies her JLo Beauty Cleanser, followed by her signature glow serum, which she calls vitamins for her face. And she finishes with sunscreen, a habit she's maintained since her late teens. Notably, she avoids all caffeine and alcohol. Here's the brilliance. She's leveraging what we call cortisol optimization, starting with mindfulness when cortisol should naturally peak, then supporting her skin barrier when it's most receptive to nutrients. Her caffeine-free approach prevents the morning cortisol spike that can trigger gut inflammation lasting hours. Now, next up, we have Reese. Reese starts with a big glass of water, then her Kim Snyder-inspired glowing green smoothie that she's been drinking daily for 8 years. The recipe includes 2 heads of romaine lettuce, spinach, celery, apple, pear, banana, lemon, and coconut water, plus protein powder or almond butter. She learned about it from Kerry Washington at an award show, apparently, when she asked about Kerry's beautiful skin. This fiber-rich drink keeps her full until about 1 p.m., effectively creating a natural intermittent fast. This is what I call plant-based #cellcare at its finest. She's feeding her gut bacteria 15 to 20 grams of diverse plant fiber when they're most receptive after an overnight fast. Research shows morning fiber intake influences metabolism and cellular repair for the entire day. Exactly what we see here in her sustained energy until the afternoon. And lastly, Charlize. Charlize wakes up at about 5:45 a.m. as a single mom, getting 2 kids ready for school, packing lunchboxes, and not missing the bus. Her morning routine is deliberately minimal. She's been known to say, when I wake up, I just rinse my face and put on sunscreen. She saves her intensive routine for nighttime when the kids are asleep, using serum, eye cream, rich moisturizer. And she's also big into plant-based raw foods and calculates her activity levels to match her. She's unknowingly following optimal circadian biology, #cellcare principles. Morning sunscreen protects cellular DNA, while her fasting state and minimal morning routine allows her to have that continued autophagy from overnight. Her plant-based nutrition and evening skincare routine align when skin barrier repairs peak. This is cellular longevity medicine in action. And here's where it gets fascinating. If you're just taking one thing away from this video, let this be it. Your morning choices don't just set the tone for your day, they set the tone for your cells. Right now, over 30 trillion bacteria live in your gut, about as many as your own human cells. And every single morning, they're waiting for their first instruction. Think of them like a classroom full of students waiting for the teacher to walk in. The only question is, what lesson are you teaching them? Let's peek inside what's actually happening in these women's bodies at 6 a.m. because the science applies to you too. When JLo begins with affirmations and skincare before eating anything, she's actually working with her biology. Overnight, your gut barrier is in what we call a selective permeability mode, a little like a doorman deciding who gets in. This is why some supplements are better absorbed on an empty stomach. By keeping her morning calm and caffeine free, she's lowering inflammation and allowing her cells to respond better. You don't need a Hollywood serum to do this. Simply start your day calm, hydrated, without coffee immediately, can have a similar cellular effect. Now, Reese's green smoothie isn't just breakfast, it's information for her microbiome, that mix of fiber. It feeds billions of gut bacteria who then produce compounds called short chain fatty acids. These molecules support your metabolism, your brain, even your skin. The reason she can go until about 1 p.m. without crashing isn't magic, it's biology. You don't need to drink her exact smoothie. Even adding a handful of greens, flax, or berries to your morning can spark the same chain reaction. And well, Charlize, what seems like doing nothing is actually brilliant timing. By skipping a heavy breakfast, she's extending a process called autophagy. That's your body's built-in cleanup crew, recycling old and damaged cell parts. Most of us shut this down the second we eat, but waiting a bit longer while staying hydrated lets that repair process continue. Then, when she eats her plant-based meals later, her body is primed to use those nutrients for rebuilding. You don't need to fast until noon. Simply giving your body a couple of extra hours in the morning can unlock the same benefit. This is hashtag cellcare in action. It's not about copying celebrities, it's about understanding the biology behind their routines. Every small choice in your first hour, whether you drink water before coffee, whether you move your body or scroll your phone, whether you give your gut fiber or you give your gut sugar, then sends a signal. And that signal can either program your cells for repair and longevity or for stress and faster aging. The ancients call it Brahma Muhurta, the creator's hour. Modern science now proves why. Your cells are most responsive to change in the morning. And the best part, you don't need wealth, fame, or expensive products. You just need that first hour and to use it wisely. Because whether you're JLo or Jane from down the street, your biology plays by the same rules. And once you understand the timing, you can hold the same. Now, let's get practical. I want to give you a morning routine that's not just trendy, it's rooted in plant-based longevity science. I call it the hashtag cellcare morning protocol. 4 simple phases that align your gut, mind, and cells for the day ahead. Phase number 1 would be your hydration reset. This is your first 5 minutes. Start with room temperature water. Cold water can shock digestion first thing in the morning, but room temperature water gently wakens up your system. For an upgrade, you consider adding a squeeze of lemon or a slice of cucumber. This supports your stomach acids and digestive enzymes, so your gut is primed for when food does arrive later. Think of this as rinsing your internal garden before planting the seeds. Phase 2 of this morning protocol is movement for stillness. Yes, the next 5 to 15 minutes, what I want you to do is move your body, not for calories, but for clarity. Gentle yoga, stretching, or even a walk outside signals your gut to start moving too. It also increases lymphatic flow, which clears out cellular waste from the night. Here's the paradox. Movement first actually makes your stillness deeper later. By releasing physical restlessness, your mind is now ready to settle, well, for phase 3. Phase 3 is fasting and mindfulness. So this is going to be your minutes, maybe 15 to 25 in the morning. If you can, extend your fast into the morning. This allows autophagy, the body's cellular cleanup crew, to keep working. Pair that fasting state with breath work or meditation. Why? Because stillness in the mind sends a powerful safety signal to the gut. Breath by breath, your nervous system shifts from stress mode into repair mode. You can even try this simple ritual: 3 rounds of deep breathing, 3 things you're grateful for, and then 3 intentions to set your energy for the day. And that's in less than 5 minutes. But what it does is it rewires your stress response for the entire day. This isn't just mental health, it's gut programming. Stress hormones in the morning can disrupt your microbiome for hours. Stillness is medicine. And lastly, phase 4. This is your nutrient timing. Finally, nutrients. But here's the secret. Later is often better. If you can extend your fast, do it. When you do break it, make it plant forward and fiber rich. Start with a green smoothie or a warm grain bowl packed with 20 plus grams of fiber: spinach, flax, chia, berries, oats. Do the rainbow. Add your protein from plants: hemp, pea, or soy. And then consider, where can you add in adaptogens like ashwagandha or turmeric to calm inflammation and support your resilience. This isn't just breakfast, it's information. Fiber feeds your gut bacteria, and those bacteria send signals to your mitochondria, to your brain, and even your skin. Notice what's not here: complex routines or perfection. It's about sequence, rhythm, and timing. Water, movement, stillness, then nourishment. That's the language your cells understand. But what if I told you the way you're spending your first 30 minutes could be aging you faster, no matter how healthy you are the rest of the day? Because here's the truth: your morning isn't neutral. It's either sending repair signals or it's sending aging signals. Now, I want to make sure you know some of the more common hidden aging accelerators, which you might be doing. Mistake number 1 is the cortisol cascade. Most people roll over and check their phone. That blue light and stress spikes, sending cortisol soaring. Instead of a gentle rise, you get a cortisol surge that inflames your gut and brain for hours. We've all done it, even me. Now, mistake number 2 is the caffeine crash. Coffee on an empty stomach. Your stomach acid spikes by about 300% without food to buffer it. You're setting up for low-grade inflammation that feels like bloating, jitters, or anxiety later. Yes, we've all done it. Grabbing that cup of coffee first thing in the morning to get out the door and get moving, but reconsider that. And lastly, mistake number 3, the sugar shock. That pastry or sweet latte, or even a bagel. One glucose spike is enough to feed harmful gut bacteria while starving the ones that protect you. Over time, it rewires your metabolism towards aging. I've done all 3 of these, and I'm sure you have too. So really, I want you to reconsider what's going to work better for you as you age. So what's going to happen next? Well, here's what happens when you flip the script. This is what I see with my patients. In week 1 to 2, you're going to find that your energy stabilizes. It's going to be no more afternoon crashes. Week 3 to 4, your skin is going to look clearer. Your digestion is going to improve. And then months 2 to 3, stress is going to feel more manageable and your sleep is going to get deeper. 6 months on, people start asking, what did you do? Did you have work done? And like Maria, who was 52, told me, I didn't change my skincare. I didn't change my diet. The only thing I changed was my first 30 minutes. Now, here's what J-Lo, Reese, and Charlize have figured out. Mornings aren't about productivity. They're about programming. Every sip, every scroll, every breath in that first hour sends signals to your trillions of cells. You're either saying repair and regenerate or react and age. As I mentioned, the ancients call it Brahma Muhurta, the creator's hour. And now modern science shows us why. The quality of your awakening determines the quality of your life. And remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about #cellcare. Small choices that nourish your cells instead of stressing them. Start with one thing: water before coffee, 3 minutes of breath work, a fiber-rich breakfast instead of a sugary one. Master one ritual, then add the next, because your cells are listening to every choice you make. The only question is, what message Will you be sending them tomorrow morning? Tomorrow morning, try this before you do anything else. This simple reset. Drink 16 ounces of room temperature water with a pinch of mineral salt. Wait 15 minutes before reaching for food or caffeine. Take 3 deep breaths and set one clear intention for your day. Move your body for 5 minutes. Stretch, walk, or flow. Follow these steps. Less than 20 minutes, no products, no hacks, just signals your body understands. Here's why this matters. Your biology is paying attention from the moment you wake up. Those first signals don't just set your morning. They shape how you digest, how you focus, and how you handle stress throughout the day. There's no neutral. You're either going to be sending your cells a message of repair and balance, or you're going to send them a message of stress and confusion. As the ancient teachings remind us, how you do anything is how you do everything. The way you begin isn't separate from your life. It is your life, concentrated into those first few minutes. Hi, I'm Dr. Monisha Bhanote, your longevity lifestyle physician. And if this resonated with you, subscribe to this channel for more science-backed #cellcare rituals and longevity practices. And until then, remember, your cells are listening to every single choice you make. Make tomorrow morning count.